Alright, hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Today's motovlog is going to be about starting on the bottom. As you guys know, I quit my job and I got a new job. I left my previous employer because I wasn't happy there, and I got offered a position somewhere else, so I took it. And you know, I had been working, the place where I was working was Big 5 Sporting Goods. I was a retail manager there, and I traded one retail position for another retail position. Right now I'm at a different company. I'm not going to tell you their name, but you know, it was tough. It was tough making the jump, but I realized I wasn't happy, and I was thinking, man, you know, this other company is going to make me happy because, you know, they're all people that I like. They're all people I enjoy hanging out with outside of work. They're all really cool guys and gals, and you know, it's something that I'm interested in. So I did it. I took the jump, and yesterday was my first day. And after having the same job for a couple years, it was shocking to me to have that feeling of like, oh shoot, I know nothing. From going and knowing everything from like loss prevention to business, like business management, and you know, all of this cash handling procedure, firearm processing, all of these procedures, and you know, all these steps and processes that are specific to Big 5, and going to somewhere completely different and having another set of processes that are very similar but, you know, unique. It's just like, it kind of shook me yesterday. I was like, oh shoot, I don't know nearly as much as I thought I did. And you know, I took a pay cut. I'm no longer management. I'm just a sales guy. But you know, it was like, holy cow, I literally know nothing. I don't know anything about their cash handling system. I don't know anything about their point of sale. I don't know anything about how they process paperwork. Like, it's all similar. Like, I've done everything. You know, I understand the basics of business, but it's just like the minutia, the fine details that I'm really kind of still shaky on. You know, who I can ask for help and who's willing to give help. And you know, it sucks. It's a really crappy feeling to be back on the bottom and have that nervousness of like, oh shoot, dude, what do I do now? What do I tell this person? How do I fix this problem? Like, I hate BSing people, so I don't do it, and I just hate asking people for help too. So it's kind of like a catch-22. I'm in a not so good position as someone who's just starting a new job, and you know, having these two character traits. But you know, I used to tell it to my staff all the time, like, hey, if you have a question, feel free to ask anyone. We've all been there, and we all know what it's like to start from the bottom. And you know, if you have any questions or comments or aren't sure of how to do something, just apologize to whoever you're helping out, and just be like, hey, give me 1 second, let me go ahead and find that out for you. It's a lot better to do that than it is to make yourself look bad and make the company look bad. But it's a really humbling experience to go from like the guy who has all the answers down to the guy who has all the questions. And you know, that's totally fine, but it was a little discouraging yesterday, you know, because I thought I knew more than I did. And I feel bad because I kind of sold myself that way during the interview. But I guess, you know, yesterday was my first day, so we'll see how it goes today. I'm learning pretty much how to be a manager there, but I'm doing all of the jobs that everybody else would, you know, because you have to start from the bottom. You have to know you have to know the nuts and bolts of the business before you can actually, you know, figure out how to make the machine better. So that's what my boss is doing. He's like, hey, you know, I'm pretty much going to train you to be my old job and do my old shifts and everything like that. And that's totally cool because he has a lot of faith in me. So we'll see. I mean, we'll see what happens, and we'll see where it goes. But this motovlog is going to be like, I know it's kind of negative, but you know, I feel kind of down. I got out of work yesterday and I was like, shoot, dude, like, this is either gonna be really fun in the next couple weeks and couple months, or it's gonna suck because I don't know a lot. And I went home and I did a bunch of research on a bunch of stuff that I didn't know. I did some product knowledge stuff, and it helped out a little bit. And really, the world that I'm now in is it's an inch wide and a mile deep, but it's more like a mile wide and a mile deep, just because of the clientele, and everyone comes in from different walks of life, and everybody's looking for a different product, and it's just tough. It's tough to have that feeling of being the low man on the totem pole. And if you're feeling that same way too, or if you felt that same way, you know it sucks. And you know, I'm gonna tell myself today, hey, I'm still new. I've got plenty to learn, and I've got plenty of time to do it, so let's go ahead and try it. But I hate to say it, but my commute's gonna get a lot more boring for you guys. It's pretty much 10 minutes of freeway time, and my bike isn't very fast, so I'm gonna be stuck in the right lane. So I'll try to make the conversation interesting. I'm working at a gun shop, let me just tell you that. I sell guns as my 9 to 5 right now. And I used to sell guns at Big 5, but I only sold guns for about maybe 2 hours every day during my 8-hour shift. The other 6 hours were just like me dealing with other departments and doing stuff like that, doing company evaluations, you know, just making sure that my staff was taken care of, making sure all the accounting is done. But I really loved selling guns, and I'm really happy that I do that now. But coming from Big 5 and coming to here, like, I went from being the guy who knew the most about guns and the most about gun laws and what's happening, what's coming out, to the guy who knows the least amount. Like, these guys, they have decades worth of firearms experience, versus me, like, I've only been alive for 2 decades. And I know these guys they're super understanding, and they're willing to coach me, which is great. And I hope I have an open mind, and I hope my memory is good enough to remember all the stuff that they teach me. But man, I just can't help but feel discouraged. But I'm super excited to go in today. I'm super excited to see what I can learn. And even though I don't know much about how that particular business works, I know a lot about how businesses work in general. I know a lot about customer service, and most importantly, I have the attitude and the work ethic to work hard every day and go in there and just try to bust my ass and shake off all that negativity as soon as I walk in and just figure it out, you know what I mean? Because a lot of people don't have that same attitude, they don't have that same mindset. But that's not me. I'm the kind of guy who's like, what can I learn, and what can he teach me? What can I be doing better? And it takes a lot of humility to do that. And it really shows the people who you work with that, hey, this person's a pleasure to be around because he works as hard as I do, and he's willing to ask the questions that I wasn't willing to ask, and maybe he can help me out one day. But, like, man, it just feels bad, bro, feels bad. Gosh, I don't know how I'm gonna deal with this freeway stuff every day. For those of you who don't know, I live in Menifee, the Inland Empire, and then I'm working in Temecula. So there's only a couple of gun shops that are there if you're a local. But the people in Temecula, there's always traffic, there's always bad drivers, and I think I'm gonna have to ride my motorcycle every day just because of the traffic is so bad. And I'm going to need a lane split and everything like that. But maybe this channel will turn into a bad drivers compilation or something like that. But a lot of my other coworkers, they ride too, so hopefully I'll get them in some of my videos, and hopefully they can spend some time on the road and Oh man, this traffic looks horrendous up here. But yeah, while I'm lane splitting, I might as well tell you, like, I've worked at retail for like a total of like 5 years. I did retail in college. I did food service in college. I tutored in college. And then I worked at a high-end women's clothing store, and then I worked at Big Five when I graduated, along with state parks and stuff like that. So I've been working for pretty much all my adult life, because you have to as an adult. If you want to go to college, you got to pay for it somehow. If you want to buy stuff, you gotta fork out the money. So I know what it means to work hard, and I know what it means to be the new guy. But working with guns is something that I'm really passionate about. I love sharing knowledge with people, and hopefully this opportunity really ends up being the opportunity that I think it'll be, that I think it was, and I think it is. I mean, me and the general manager have a really similar mindset on how to do things and where a business should go and how it should stay on the cutting edge. So, you know, I think as soon as I get comfortable, I'll be able to stretch my legs and really sharpen my skills, not only as like a retail manager, and you know, but also as a gun enthusiast, as a firearms nut, and as an American, because Americans, you know, as Americans, we should love shooting guns. We should love owning them. It's a huge responsibility, and I love sharing that responsibility with other people. But yeah, it was. Man, I'm trying not to get too down right now on the ride, because I'm looking at all this traffic and I'm like, oh shoot, is this going to be my day to day right here? There's a potential. It is Saturday today, so there's probably just someone dumb up there who got into an accident or something because they weren't paying attention, or they missed an exit. But like, this is my daily commute. Damn. But hopefully I can. One thing I learned about you know, the commute to Big Five was I'm going to try to switch it up for you guys. I'm going to try to take different routes every day, unless you guys are okay with seeing the same route, seeing the XT250 lane split and seeing it in the city. I'm going to try to, you know, change up the route a little bit, just so you guys aren't seeing the same crap every day. And I'm going to try to ride, you know, before work and after work, because I do have a set schedule now, which is awesome, which means I can make 2 days of videos straight and then release them throughout the week. Unlike before, where I had a non-set schedule and I'd pull my hair out because I wasn't able to do, you know, consistent video editing. I wasn't able to do consistent things. But now that I have a set schedule for the next couple months, like, it should be perfect. It should be perfect, and it should be making me more productive. And I have this yearning to learn more about firearms now, so I'm going to be researching stuff in my spare time and while I'm at work. So it should be fun. It should be fun. But yeah, I think every job has a lot of new opportunity, and this discomfort that I have right now, I know it's just temporary. And in order to grow, you have to feel some sort of discomfort. You have to have the unknown, you know, pressing back on you, because, you know, if you're totally comfortable, that means you're not growing, you're not learning new things, you're not asking questions, you're not sharpening your mind. And really, that's what I want to do. I want to sharpen my mind every day. I want to learn new things. And there are plenty of guys at this shop that are like, hey, if you have any questions, you know, let me know. If you want to learn something new, let me know. And it's cool. It's cool. People are just willing to take me under their wing. And my brother used to work at the same shop, but he left. But we'll see how it goes, man. We'll see. I'm approaching my work right now, so once again, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you have a story about being uncomfortable at a new job or some life lessons that you learned, go ahead and toss them in the comments. I'll go ahead and read and respond to them. But anyways, guys, I hope you have a great day, and until next time, peace out.